See, Tuesday night thing, huh?
Yep.
It's supposed to be tacos.
Right?
Mm.
Mm,
What if I was for lunch? I didn't, but what if I did?
It's Taco Tuesday, breakfast, lunch, dinner,
And
snack.
Mm.
yep.
mm.
Tuesdays I go to the Persian room for lunch.
Okay. You could probably make some kind of taco out of their meal. No.
I'll bring that up next time I'm in there.
It's like, so can you make a taco?
Taco?
So like I said, Kelly can't make it today, so
Yeah.
she's not feeling good. She's laying in bed watching some sappy romance movie.
Well, no wonder she doesn't feel any good.
Well, that's supposedly her cure for the not feeling good. So
Mm.
all I know is by the time I get in the room, she'll probably be passed out. So
We
so
gotta find her. So it's
it kind of works out that way. I mean, I was joking with her there'd be a quick kidnapping scene as the group busts in the door, but we can make it more longer. Or, like I joked with you guys, a Leku is found in a box.
yeah,
Da 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 da.
yeah. I don't know.
Or
You got-
I just hack her location through her. I don't know, anything electrical she has on her.
Yeah, yeah. Well, they're like you in the box. You're the one that has to live with her, not us. So whatever
Yeah.
you choose to do, man. That's all on you.
I see the way it is.
I mean, I'll stand behind you.
Yeah, yeah.
Way behind you.
I can use the Force to try to find her.
Yeah. But hey, I know where the Black Sun are, so
Yeah, you know where the secret location is there. So, where last we left off, Zarek went following some potential kidnappers, kidnapping folks, taking them down to the secret sub basement. And so, conveniently, when Zarek comes back, obviously Uma is not where she was before.
Way to go, Zarek.
I followed my orders.
Fucking losing people.
I followed my orders. I did what the boss lady said.
Mm-hmm. Okay,
Yeah.
so you guys are having, are you calling an emergency meeting of the Wonder Trio, or are you guys wait until you have your community dinner to say, I guess she's lost? I mean, she could be with her gentleman suitor earning that makeup that she and dresses and jewelry and all the little things that she was wanting out of him.
Could be. But no, I will definitely call and say to meet at her room.
Okay. So you're like, hey guys, everybody rally up. So you guys all show up conveniently at the same place, except Uma is not there.
Yeah.
Bum, bum, bum.
And what'd the other guy do? The two flunkies.
The two flunkies are basically like looking around like chicken with the heads cut off, trying to find their boss.
Okay.
Because he is their life support from a certain point of view.
All right.
I mean, they're really not bodyguards. They're just, his boys. But, now serious crap is happening, and they are getting quite concerned. Because it's been months since he's done this type of thing before.
Months.
Last time they found him on a parasailer going across on a water planet with a boat full of floozies.
All right. Well, we will start by knocking on the door.
Okay, you knock and there's no sound whatsoever. You're definitively getting the crickety echo of an empty room.
All right. All right, Janog.
Hack it.
Yeah.
So first, I think we need to clear the destiny pool
Probably.
Oh yeah.
and have you guys roll. It should be working well because I just relaunched the script, but it's not clearing for me.
Hmm.
Let me manually clear it and see if that helps.
It's not rolling for me. So you
I'm
might
just
have
trying to sync and it's not functioning.
Okay, let me reload. I may have to relaunch the API script because we had to do that yesterday in another Star Wars game we played.
All right.
Which tells me they probably did updates, I'm betting.
Well, update Tuesday.
No! Yep, I'm not getting any boop when I clear the pool. Let me exit real quick. I'll relaunch the API scripts,
Okay.
and I will be right back. You may get kicked out when this happens. I've never
Oh,
actually had
no.
any in the lobby while I did it. Restart
Yeah.
the API sandbox.
Yeah. I'll back out just.
exactly. I was just going to say, probably advisable to back out regardless.
I'm a rebel. I'm gonna stay. See what happens.
Yeah, you tell us, man. See if you
If I
die.
disappear forever, then you'll know it was bad.
If all of a sudden his computer just goes dead, we'll just be like, we don't know what happened.
So, Dave, Joe, the invitation to Churrasco de Brazil that I posted, the reason I posted it there is because it is open to you guys as well. If you're interested, just let me know.
Cool. Yeah. Have to see what's going on.
It is really good food.
Yeah. Haven't been yet, but I've been to a Brazilian barbecue. So, how are they doing ancillary food and stuff? Are they not
So
just serving it versus buffet?
it's kind of a in between. They have around the buffet area roped off, and they have people working in there. And you basically walk up, and they ask you not to go up when it's crowded there, so it doesn't get overcrowded, but to kind of take turns a little bit. And you just go up, stand behind the ropes, and point to stuff and say, "Feed me,
Ooh,
feed me
ooh,
that,
ooh,
feed me that."
ooh. Okay,
Ah,
that's cool.
I'm hearing beepity beep, so it is working.
All right, let's bounce back in.
I like that second roll they counted.
Right? That's funny.
So note to self, if you're doing the Star Wars API, make sure to refresh your scripts often.
I'll work on that.
All righty.
Dun 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 dun.
All right, so sync pool. We got a 1 and 1, and all right.
Look at that. There's goodness in the Force.
From our Jedi, actually. Who would have thunk it?
Right?
At least the Jedi wants to make sure there's light side points.
Well, what was it, like 3 sessions in a row where we all rolled dark side?
I'm
Yeah.
completely okay with that.
Yeah. Bet you are.
AFK 1 quick second. I'll be right back.
All right.
Alrighty. Oh, look at that. Obligation chart came up as Uma's obligation. Again, for some reason, this dice roller only rolls below 20. I swear to God.
Yeah, yeah. Isn't that what you rolled last time? Was like a 5?
Something like that. Yeah, it was like a 5 or 7, I think.
Good Lord.
I'm gonna have to start busting out real dice to get some randomness going.
Something. 'Cause,
Okay,
yeah,
we got
that's crazy. Because, yeah. See, I get higher. It must be your end.
That's merely because, it wants you to roll higher numbers for those critical injuries,
Right? Though 34 is still her, isn't it?
That's what I'm good.
It's amazing how certain numbers hurt a lot more than others.
So,
I think that would have been me.
yeah, I forget. But, yeah, he likes picking on Uma for some reason.
Mhm.
Yep. That's how you keep the marriage alive.
Right. Okay.
Take her within an inch of death many times and hope that she doesn't murder you in your sleep.
What did I... Why am I downstream? Okay. I
You're
forget.
downstream?
Downstream.
Oh,
Don't remember.
probably because you were having a bad time chasing people in a crowd.
Could be.
It could just be your gank instincts were saying that you needed to murder people to make the crowd smaller.
Actually, I think I did roll some bad perceptions or something. That's what it was. Okay, so let's see. Let's see. So that's a transport up north. This is like the main hotel-ish area.
The fancy hotel part.
And then what was the other?
That was a private bungalow.
All right. Okay. So yeah, Janong was going to open the door for us
Yep, and I do have your difficulty set if you would like to roll it. And then
with
we'll find
his
out.
spare key.
So
Now,
you,
I do have to ask a quick question. Do you have something that removes black dice?
I do.
Since it does specifically have anti-tamper abilities that give you a black dice for trying to hack the lock.
So I have dun dun dun. Oh wait, wrong page. Well, I wanted to add that suspense. Okay.
It's the spare key.
Yeah. So if it's a code breaker, I get to take away three black dice. What is the other one?
I was going to say,
Defending
Jeebus,
computer.
you just wanted to make sure I couldn't use black dice on you.
Right.
It's kind of how the tree works.
Resolve. Oh, then I have 3 in bypass security. So that's another 3 black dice. Setback dice you can't give me.
Okay, so I'll get rid of that one black dice I was going to give you.
And it converts the others that aren't there to blues.
Right?
Your -5 black dice, which makes it blue because it's black or blue.
Right.
Hey, we'll even give you a deal, Jim. We'll do a 2-to-1.
Go halvesies on it. So, needless to say, all of a sudden, Janong goes up there and blip blip, door opens up in like a fraction of a second, almost as if he just put a card in there and pulled it out.
Like I said, he had a spare card
Yeah.
for security purposes.
So, what would you like to do with those 2 advantages, by the way?
So, how many can I convert?
To what?
Okay, so I since I am now a cyber tech guy, and I only needed the one success. It says here that I can, after making a mechanical or computer's check, may suffer strain up to ranks in eye for detail to convert that many. Oh, so I've only got one. Damn.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it'll give me 3, and I usually get better intel with 3 than 2.
True.
Do I do it? Nah.
Yes.
So
Just a door lock. I mean, you're only going to get so
Yeah.
much information.
yeah, I'm gonna be like, I know all the security codes for that floor.
All
Or
of a
maybe-
sudden, down the whole hallway, all those eyeball bots pop out at once.
Or maybe you could tell when the lock was last used with 2.
Mhm.
Yeah, probably with 2. Yeah, I mean, well, even then, I could give the next 2 people that go a blue die.
Yeah, that's true. That couldn't hurt because we got to check the room,
Yeah, we
investigate
gotta
the
do
room.
some investigations.
So,
Yeah, I'll just turn them into the next 2 people to go gets a blue die.
Okay, so you're pushing it forward.
Yeah.
Okay, so you guys get in the room. Immediately when you get in the room, you can see the room has been lightly tossed. I mean, you guys know how sloppy Uma can be. And she'll probably hit me for this if she hears it later.
all right, let me make a note here.
And you're scoundrels, so I know you'll sell me out. It's okay. But you guys definitely believe, since, especially since Zarek has seen this room many times, that her room has never been this messy. It's not like beds flipped, mattress ripped, tossed, but it does look like someone gave the room a once over.
Hmm.
Now, if anybody wants more information than that, let me see some dice rolls.
Yep. Yeah. Well, what are we looking at?
Exactly.
So it depends what skill you want to use.
Lightsaber.
I'm going to toss the room with lightsaber.
Hmm.
Perception.
Okay.
Would my bioscanner help us at all in here?
Ew. You want to use a bioscanner in a hotel room?
Gross. You really don't want to see the blanket and the sheets.
And then you look up at the ceiling and go, how? How?
And I think so. So he's gonna do that. I think. So let me look here.
Let me know when you got me loaded there, Jim.
Okay, and I need to give you a blue die.
Yep.
I am ready when you are ready, but you know what?
There you go.
Let's bring it back to you guys on the Force.
I knew I should have gone with stealth. Ouch.
Ouch! What do you mean, ouch?
Yeah, what do you
right.
mean, ouch?
A little strain, dude. I mean, come on.
So
Like,
of course
maybe.
Oh,
you
I just
open.
glanced and I saw that triumph as my brain processed it as a failure first because
Oh,
I saw the red die
Despair.
and I was like, "Uh-oh, that was bad." No, never mind. No, that was good.
So 2 successes, a big damn triumph, and a itty bitty little threat for 1 strain. As immediately Alina starts like opening herself to the Force and looking in the room to find the calm within the chaos of how somebody just like opened drawers, pulled things out, and shoved them back in, and closed the drawer on the outfits. The bed's been tossed and checked underneath, but nothing under there. And immediately Alina is like looking and realizing that you definitively believe the room has been rolled. There's no shadow of a doubt that someone has been in here and gone through the room looking for something. You don't know exactly what they're looking for, but all of a sudden, unless there's something special you'd like to use that triumph for.
Yeah, I don't have anything specific, other than maybe trying to figure out what's missing specifically, if they took anything.
So immediately you kind of like look around and you kind of go, you give the room a look see, and then, you give the sitting area a look see, and then you go to the restroom. And clear as day on the ground, knocked underneath little, some of the bathroom, accoutrements, you see a room key. Basically, it's a little plastic sheet card looking thing that you
Mhm.
use to slide in the doors and unlock it, and you immediately spot that. Like it's glowing golden when you see it. In fact, it does have the VIP holographic stripe across it.
And this is not a VIP room, I take it.
This is not, you guys got cool VIP treatment, but not this kind of card on your doorknobs. Your door keys are pretty plain. They're just like regular hotel keys.
So, I'll pick it up carefully as to not contaminate any fingerprints or evidence that may be on it. DNA type evidence. I'll use a glove, and I'll bring it over to Janong. Be like, hey, Janong, I found this VIP room key that doesn't look like it belongs. You think you can scan it, figure out, number one, what room it's for, and two, maybe check it for any forensic evidence?
Sure. I got that all day.
As he whips out the big old bioscanner. Let me get the DNA right here.
Right.
Hey, this matches the left-right corner of the ceiling.
Ew.
And then the
So,
CSI theme song starts. So,
yeah.
so you're gonna go ahead and scan the card.
I mean, yeah, I'm gonna scan it, see what room it's registered for.
Okay, so you take your little data pad out and you swipe the card, and it is going to require a computer's roll because hotel security and all. Not that
Damn.
you really have to worry about 2 purple against what you're rolling.
Are you ready?
Yep. So immediately you're like hotel security shikamerity. So you swipe this card and immediately discover it belongs to a VIP in the sub basements. It's in the methane breather part of the hotel where basically methane breathers can be walking out in the open without their breathers on, and it's their comfortable environment. Totally not comfortable to all 3 of you, by the way.
So Manx isn't a methane breather, is he? What, he's human, wasn't he, or no?
Manx, yeah, Manx is a oxygen breather.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Mm-hmm.
Not a methane. Okay.
And what would you like to do with those advantages before I start saying more? As the little pop-up says, would you like to know more?
I wouldn't mind a blue at least for what I'm going to do.
All right.
Well, you have the one.
No, that's true.
Yeah.
I mean,
I can give it.
Or did he actually use it because he went next? So.
Well, I know because it only rolled my base 2. I didn't get an extra.
Okay.
So that one's still floating out there technically.
Yep, for the next person to go.
Yeah. Okay. So I mean, let's spend all 5 on like the last time the card was used, because I mean, it could have been just a card that was accidentally left here from like a couple of people ago.
So
Or it's been recoded as a master.
when you start reading through the card's features, because with all those damn successes and advantages, you're getting the hotel's features. You realize that this card has been used for about 6 months straight to whoever it was assigned to. No names are actually there. Just a shade of the moon's equinox was the only thing listed. Some kind of weird cipher that you're not quite getting. It probably will
Right.
require. But what you do get is it's an all access venue card, so they can go anywhere in the facility that's not like private rooms. Which, now that you bear this card, you now have free access to pretty much everything, including going to your ship, by the way. Remember how before you had to make a special request to have your ship brought to you? This card does have access to the landing bay parking layers.
It's like a master key.
Uh-huh. And it does have, that you see through the last few months, it's had individual rooms unlocked on that card. So basically, like, for 48 hours, somebody had access to a certain hotel room. And then it just automatically shut off that feature on the card. So somebody has had access to multiple rooms all across the resort.
Human smugglers. Or smugglers.
I was going to say, is there any way we can determine which guests have gone missing over the last few weeks, and then correlate that to the rooms they were staying in, see if they match up with the card?
If you had one more advantage for even more information, I could have given that to you.
Just one more.
So
maybe
okay,
you
then.
should use that blue die. Yeah, go ahead and roll that now.
I'll just I'll do a strain and convert one of the successes over to an advantage, and then that would be the one more you need.
And then immediately we see like a little bead of sweat on our scaly reptilian friend. Who knew where he started to condense sweat? But he is. And he starts and instantly turns on a little algorithm to do the math. And you do realize that at least half of the rooms that this card has had access to on and off, half of the rooms have reported one or more missing persons in the National Galactic Republic Registry. They apparently left the resort, according to resort's, information. But after they left, they never made it home, if you get what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
So the resort is saying, here's proof of purchase for leaving, but they never got where they were going. Who knew if it was space piracy or they fell in love and ran off with someone?
Or slavery.
So are you guys crowding my data pad, or do I have to like relay all this information?
Are you comfortable with us standing over your shoulder?
I don't know anymore. I don't know.
You've reached that level of friendship.
Yeah, just gotta watch out for accidental lightsaber ignition.
Yeah, that's my biggest.
I have never cut off the arm or head of anyone I like.
Yeah.
So I mean, I will say we can go real quick. Armor up.
Who's been out of armor? Not me.
Right.
Well, I mean, like,
Gank doesn't. That's like their body.
All right, that's fine. We don't have to. We'll just continue on and not go get our guns.
I mean, if you have a need for armor and weapons, we can go get yours. But I've got my lightsabers. He's got his fists.
Yeah, I've got my droids. I don't care. Hey man, my droids are useful if I use them correctly.
Yeah, but we still have to, just because we can go get them, we still have to come back through security. back
no,
into
we
the
have the key
Yeah, that's
code
the
that goes
bypass.
right to the garage level. We can
right,
bypass all that.
right. But we came from the garage and had to go through security to get into the place.
No, we came from the landing pad. They took our ship and then moved it to the garage.
Right.
Yeah, so
Unless
this is
there-
go straight to the garage, straight out of the garage. No
I mean, if
security.
there's a back door or access, yeah.
Yeah, because you're
Um,
not going to smuggle people past
Through the main
security.
security checkpoint.
Well, maybe if you're good. So
I mean, don't forget when you guys landed how the guy hit the button and helped you guys smuggle weapons on board.
right. So I am going to take a look at the room using Streetwise to identify maybe if there was a struggle, and by looking at how the room was tossed, maybe deducing what they might have been looking for using my criminal understandings and such from Streetwise.
Using your smooth criminalness. Go for it.
And
And you need a blue dice too, don't you?
Yep.
he does get a blue die.
Smooth
And if
criminal.
and I got an automatic -1 black if you have a black on there.
Nope, no black dice.
So, all right. Are we red eye?
Yep.
All right.
And the dice are so beautifully responsive tonight.
Look at that.
So immediately, Zarek goes into his mind palace and goes all Sherlock on us. As you realize exactly how they tossed this room, they were kind of methodical, almost like they were professionals at what they were doing, except for the fact that they were so quick in the way they did it. You have a feeling that either they were interrupted or they were called off halfway through.
Okay.
Like maybe they were tossing the room and then they got a signal to go somewhere else.
Yeah, like the dining room.
And-
Hey,
you
we
kinda-
told her. Okay, I'm just saying. We told her not to dilly dally, and that's what she did.
True story. Janan,
Yeah.
could we determine when the door was last opened to the room?
About
And-
2 minutes ago.
Well, okay, the second to last time, besides us coming in. And then can we hack into the cameras that are likely in the hallways to see if we can find anybody
Yeah.
or spot anybody leaving the room?
I can hack whatever you need me to hack, babe. I got this.
You can totally hack it.
Right.
Do it.
Well, the other thing is to find out where Pretty Boy room was and go check his room too,
Yeah.
in case she's there.
Oh. That's a good point.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we'll head there from here. Let's just make sure we've gotten everything we need from here before we head out.
Okay, so for Zarek, what do you want with that big damn Triumph, by the way?
I auto succeed with all the triumphs.
But it would be too quick if we just said yes, you found her, and the end.
Right.
Everybody go out to eat.
Right.
Since
Well,
we're
you
all
can
craving
see her,
pizza now.
we have to figure out how to get her.
I actually am craving some pizza.
You're welcome.
I already erased it. Somebody had like a election special, but
I think I have Domino's or somebody.
Triumph for for the Streetwise. Identify maybe I don't know. I was gonna say like the technique used for like who might have done it, or what else? So not able to determine kind of what they might have been trying to, like, if they were trying to find. I mean, were they?
You
Where they
kind of get the
search,
idea they're just generally tossing the room to see like if they could find briefcase full of cash or
Look-
transponder codes. It looks like one of those if they were looking for anything valuable.
Okay. Just a general.
And along the lines of that, when you like open one of the drawers, you see a big long ash gray Wookiee's hair.
Hmm.
And you totally know that Uma doesn't do Wookiee.
Like, huh.
Date a Wookiee, you cough hairballs every day.
Like, it gets hairy. There's a Wookiee involved.
Why is there always a Wookiee?
Right?
Damn.
Another Wookiee. God damn it.
Well, I mean,
this-
okay, so honestly, I
did-
could probably
Sergeant
do a
was
camera
dead,
search
right?
for a Wookiee.
Gray-haired
And-
Wookiee.
Well, I'm sure there's not like 1,000 Wookiees on this planet.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I
Right.
could probably do a data search for this gray Wookiee in the cameras.
Yeah, if you...
Now I'm just getting cocky.
I was going to say, if you want to push getting into the cameras and stuff and that, yeah.
Well, I think we're gonna need the cameras anyway,
mean-
just because.
On the plus side, he's really good at bypassing security, so that takes out like the dark dice and a lot of the setbacks on the dark web.
Sure. And normally, yeah, he's got a good pull, but, he has had some failed rolls.
Just because you're one time I needed to help you.
Well, that's all it takes.
Very true. Well, I mean, this is dice, so anything.
Can happen.
Yup.
So, I mean, at that point, if you're going to get into the cameras, might as well look at the dining room area around the same time frame that I left and she disappeared, to see where she walked off to, or if she was knocked out like the people she saw.
Hmm.
Yeah.
So
since when did Domino's tomato sauce become robust?
since they're trying to make it sound fancy.
And what exactly does that mean? Because it sounds kind of gross to me.
It's very robust.
Yeah, no idea.
It has deep, earthy tones.
All right. So if you feel brave enough to shoot
Oh,
the
I'm
cameras,
always brave enough. Always brave enough.
Okay, so the dice pool is ready if you're willing to take that chance.
Dun, 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 dun.
there
As
it
there's
is.
a slight pause, butt pucker moment. So
Right,
let
are
me
you ready?
give you your upgrade. You have your upgrade.
Yep.
Rebecca! Blah, blah, blah.
Jesus.
So,
Did it upgrade?
Yeah, four.
Oh,
four
you
yellows.
upgraded. Sorry. I thought
Yeah,
he
yeah.
had flipped it.
No. haha.
Aha.
so easily so exactly what is it you're looking for as you're web surfing through the camera system? Because you did it. You did it really, really well. You're just like, you sit down on the bed and you turn on the big screen and immediately you just swipe your data pad to the big screen and you've got all the security cameras on the big screen.
So we were looking for the gray-haired Wookiee first?
I would do three things. I would look for the gray-haired Wookiee. I would look who was it that left the room just before we, last before we got here, and then once we have their identities, go through the camera footage to find out where else they've been seen.
All right, so priority would be the door for me. Who was the last one to come out the door before we went in the door?
Okay.
Well, that's great because that's people, I mean, in and out of room, but what about her? Because we're looking for her. So maybe the
Give me a
dining
second.
room.
Oh, that's another good point. Look at the club and see when she actually disappeared.
Well, we know the approximate
So
time.
that could be 2, like where they went after they took her. So that would be 2, like because I want to see who came out the door, or
Okay.
who came out, and then 2 would be because this is all the cameras, right?
Yep.
I
You
could run like
you have
multiple
full
things.
unadulterated access to the system.
Yeah. So
Like I could.
so at X time from the time I left her, we want to roll forward to see what occurred in.
Do you know the nanosecond of that? Because I don't like wasting time.
I do actually, because I started recording at that point.
So immediately you kind of like wave your finger in a rewind circle direction, and it rewinds the whole dining area's general camera, where all of a sudden you see, all of a sudden Uma and her boy toy pop into their booth, and then you slow it down, and then you hit the play button, and you realize that a waiter who's not their waiter came and served them beverage refills. And this guy, just from the security camera, totally does not look like a waiter. All the other waiters are dressed immaculately, have their tray held up in one hand at a perfect balance. This guy's just like kind of got the bottle like he's carrying a bottle of hooch, and kind of pops the cork off, spilling some. And then he kind of like turns around to wipe the bottle. And when he does, it looks very conspicuously like he might be pouring something in the bottle. And then pours them this champagne-y, bubbly Star Wars beverage. It's probably a bright fuchsia pink color, but you can't see it on the security camera. Waits for them to drink, and immediately heavy pours a second round for them, and kind of keeps looking around, and then kind of like puts the bottle down on the table, and kind of like looks around, and all of a sudden gestures to some other guys. One of them, that by the way happens to be a methane breathing species, a certain insectoid looking species.
Mm-hmm.
And they kind of help them out of their booth as they kind of like seem to be passing out, and walk them politely out the door.
So I would like to set a spark inside the methane area. No, not really.
There goes our Babylon 5 style moment of going and visiting the methane breathers.
Right?
Well, that's what I was gonna do, but then I was like, you know what would be funny? What do you mean there's a fire? There's never a fire.
Right?
We have spark arresters everywhere.
Right. All right. So we can I don't know, like, because they go off camera. So who were the last ones to come out of this door?
Okay, so conveniently, while you let the real time keep playing, you do kind of realize that they do run into a large gray Wookiee who basically helps them to an elevator. Just as they get on an elevator, you see Zarek come walking back, looking kind of like lost his prey, perplexed. And then he looks at the table, and the table is empty. He looks even more perplexed. It's the Gank equivalent of frustration. So then you click a quick screen swipe to see who's the last person in the room that wasn't you guys.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you immediately pull up the camera and you see the door. It's kind of like, the modern day Ring doors where it's got the little camera and the data pad. So it clearly gets, a picture of whoever walks up.
Nice.
And all of a sudden your camera just gets blurred out with gray fur. And then all of a sudden, you see this like hand push the fur back, and then a nice hologrammed card gets slotted in there, and the door opens up, and the camera kind of pans out to like the above hallway camera that shouldn't probably be there, but it kind of is just because security. That's the whole point. You don't need to know about it.
Yeah. Right.
So immediately, you get the camera view where it shows the fact that you've got a Wookiee who's kind of blotting out the third person that's there, because conveniently Wookiee,
The sun.
and a very insectoid-looking gentleman who for a fact is methane breathing because he's wearing his little respirator that gives out those little puffs when he exhales of who knows what that is, but it's probably polluting the air.
Bastards. Secondhand methane.
Motherfuckers.
Right?
All right, so who do we want to focus on? Do we want to focus on this meth breather, which I think we should, or the Wookiee, who I think is going to rip us apart?
Yeah, the methane breather seems to be kind of heading up this operation, it looks like.
So the other question I have real quick, sorry to cut you off.
No, it's okay.
If you light your lightsaber inside the methane area, are we
that's funny.
fucked?
It's funny you mentioned that because I was literally just looking it up. Because I was like, I could threaten them that I'm going to blow all of us up, you stupid motherfucker. So
I know, like, the reality of a lightsaber would be in like the thousands of degrees temperature range, which would auto ignite, I don't know, everything, but then at the same time, I don't know.
Well,
I
we
would
do
have
know
to defer to the GM, because basically what I'm reading is some people say yes, other people say no. And when it amounts to it, we've seen several scenes where a lightsaber is really close to someone's face or skin, and they're not, getting by it, shrinking away from it. So it's not until the blade has direct contact, but then you see things like melting through a solid steel door. So clearly, once the lightsaber blade has direct contact with something, it does transfer.
Yeah, so like a true lightsaber swipe on a human or any cell would be instant evaporation of the water inside the cell. So like it would be horrendous to watch someone being hit by a true lightsaber. It would just be a huge explosion.
and it would smell horrible.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
And by the way, in the Skype chat, I did just share you a picture of the Gand and the Wookiee that you saw on camera. Except he's way more gray shade.
Nice.
Just to give you an idea what the little methane breathing Gand looks like.
Yep. Fucking roach. So yeah, but the thing is with a lightsaber, it would emit actual heat that you wouldn't be able to even hold it.
Right.
So,
but you could easily spark it off of something. You could just touch anything of solid matter, and sparks are flying.
Right. So, well, so this was a different elevator set than what I was at. That they went to.
Yep, they definitely went through a different elevator.
All right. So we know the one elevator goes down to the sun.
Mm-hmm, the Black Sun area.
Yeah, so this one's methane. So they must have her on a mask if they got her down in a methane room.
But do they have to?
Well, if they wanted her
like
alive.
Torture. It'd be like waterboarding.
Walk her through the methane until she passes out,
So, what would I need to roll to maybe recall if either of these individuals, I recall them from any of Manx's associates or anything by chance?
That's a good one.
Yeah. I mean, I've been with her for a long time.
Yeah. I'm going to say 3 purple and a black. But what skill do you think you're going to use for that? As I say that is a ploy to use a dark side point, or am I?
Yeah, I don't know what that would that. I mean, I guess just. I mean, not education.
I mean, maybe perception.
Yeah, because do they have? They don't really have like a wisdom recall like thing, do
Yeah, I was
Nope.
gonna say.
That's pretty much most of the knowledge-y kind of skills.
Or you're cool. I mean, it could be you're like, well, maybe not cool.
I like how you almost sold me on it, and then you pulled back.
they?
Right. Because that's your presence, right? Is off your cool's off your presence.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I guess that would be like, oh, what is their presence? And then, like, would you notice their presence?
Maybe.
He's a gank. He only notices things that are dangerous.
Or
True.
maybe.
So true.
Or
Gank
maybe.
threat assessment.
Well, that would be a threat assessment because that is her owner and all, and he keeps threatening her. Maybe discipline.
I don't know.
So it's like willpower and ability to. Let's see what's willpower.
Yeah, but you don't
say.
will yourself to notice things. I think cool, even though I can't really convince myself, I think cool would be because it's like it's got to do with presence. Like their presence, your presence, you're perceiving their presence.
Well, the presence is kind of your charisma.
Right, that's what I mean. Like
It's
if they're
and your personality. So, but willpower characteristic reflects characters' discipline, self-control, mental fortitude, and faith. Characters with high willpower can withstand stress, fatigue, remain composed during chaotic situations, exert influence over weaker-willed. So that or just a straight intellect. I mean, I don't know.
I'm willing to let you sell me on the idea. I love how you're shooting yourself down, though.
Well, no, I mean, I kind of like the willpower or the.
Yeah, but see, I don't see it being willpower. I mean, did you will yourself? Do you will yourself to remember?
See,
well, it's the ability to remain, the mental fortitude to recall things, to be in the moment.
Okay, well, to recall things, and then there you go, right there.
You know.
I mean, we have learned what happens when you lose the will to live.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
You know, being disciplined to be aware of my surroundings and things that occurred, that mental fortitude of, you know, being disciplined in the moment.
Okay, I'll give you a setback dice just because I'm a jerk, and I'll say that you could roll with that.
That's fine.
Give him 2 just for good measure.
Well, it ends up being 2 with me adding another one.
Oh, nice. See? Good measure.
So yeah, mentally sorting truth from fiction and determining when someone is lying, or so it's a mental thing. So, all right. So discipline roll
from a certain point of view.
Right.
All right, ready?
Yep.
All right. No idea.
Fuck.
And I heard a brain cell. Or
so you're like, hmm.
Have an aneurysm.
That roll could not have gone any better for a gang. I just see him punch himself in the head to try and get it to work.
As all of a sudden you're like playing the recording in your head of different images really quick, like microfiche fast, and you're kind of hurting yourself. Just one eyebrow's just kind of like tweaking as you taste almonds. You're pretty sure it's a stroke.
Probably.
So go ahead and take one strain, and I'm going to
Okay.
use the other 3 for you to be very, very distracted. Because you're racking your brain of where did you see this asshole from? You know you've seen him from somewhere, but you just can't place the face.
Yep. Yep.
You are
This
so
is one of
distracted.
those.
You didn't
don't believe
realize that the gray Wookiee walked into the room, picked you up, threw you over his shoulder, and started walking out of the room with you.
Then pitches you out the hallway window as you're falling towards the pool.
Right.
You go, aha! Nope, I lost it.
Yep. No. I try to block those memories. Those are terrible memories. I was quite young at that time.
But if it makes you feel better, you are completely secure to believe that these are not Manx's regular guys.
Yeah. Okay.
These are not his usual guys. If these are guys he picked up, they're probably either local, so they were just handy for him to pick up a phone and say, "Hey, I need some Goombas."
Hey,
Or-
rolled by Home Depot. Who wants to work today?
Wow.
Or he phoned a friend, to kind of
Right.
start working on this before he even got here.
Sure. He's got contacts, on different planets. So.
He is
Alrighty
the
then.
Smuggler King. I mean, just look how good his one employee does. If he has a half dozen employees like Uma, he probably should be rolling in it like a hut.
Right.
Is he a hut? Because those are another thing that'd be really easy to track on camera.
Right?
Seeing as the camera passes like 8 times before they crawl down the hallway. Okay, so you guys, poor Zarek is like racking his brain, occasionally palming his forehead.
All
There's
right.
smoke coming out of his bionics.
So I say we grab some methane because I got the room number right from the key.
Yep.
Yeah, I say we grab some. If we don't have them, I say we swing by, pick up some breather masks, and
Well, since I did mention it earlier, Babylon 5 is a really good example of how you'd have that there would actually be masks that you can take out of a little cabinet, put on, and walk through the methane breathers department. Because it would be silly not to have those for their staff.
But
Right.
do we trust those ones?
No, that's why I do have one already on my character.
I was gonna say, I
so-
know you had one.
All of a sudden, you guys are super paranoid.
Never.
You totally know that there's one loaded full of spice instead of oxygen. Take that first hit, and you trip balls through the methane corridors.
Yeah, that would not be happy times.
So what are you guys planning?
I don't know. I know I saw him somewhere. I'm like sitting at the desk, like leaning on my hand, like, okay, where was this?
I swear to God, I've seen him somewhere.
Little does he know it was on the camera on the data pad he was looking at 2 minutes ago.
So are you guys heading over to the prince's room?
Yes, we should go to the prince's room.
Yeah.
So, I mean, we could go get cybernetic respirators put in.
Sure, we'll take the time to do that.
Yeah,
I mean,
It's like,
gonna be a
guys,
long
it's a
recovery.
it's a good investment to go get some cybernetics while we're waiting.
Yeah.
Because, Uma's kind of got this coming, right?
Sure. Yeah, they're just gonna, hold on to her forever, and
right.
I mean, it has
It's
been
actually not as expensive as I thought they were.
4 times that Manx has been trying to get in touch with her that she's blown him off. The worst part was the whole the check is in the mail.
Well, it was. He got the notification. It was well forged. So, all right. So you guys got to. Well, I guess you'll have to use the ones that are there, huh? So.
Yeah,
if we're
that's
going
fine.
down.
I'm fine with that. Actually, I just, farting around.
I've
Let's
got
go
my-
check out the breather.
So we're going there. Or do we want to check the prince's room, see if he's actually missing too?
No,
You
I
know,
don't care
what's
about
up?
the prince.
Well, technically, we know her room has been tossed, but we don't know that she has been taken yet. We just know that you
Well,
back.
Right.
did you know he was a
Oh, no,
prince?
that's true. We went and looked
Well,
at
yeah.
the stuff.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Yep.
Technically, we're missing, but well, we do know something nefarious because obviously they were both. We watched; they were both poisoned.
Yep.
So now we do know it's nefarious. It's not just. But
So-
we don't know where that elevator goes to. Actually, does that go to where the prince's suite is? If they were to use that elevator?
No, it does not.
Okay.
So
Then
I don't know that we really need to go to the prince's room because
No.
How about we just go to that elevator?
yeah.
And
Yeah.
we'll be like, go in the elevator, go up one floor, down one floor. We'll just do it that way. Beep-de-dee-dee-dee.
Intimidatingly
Well-
stand in the corner as people come and go.
Yeah. Well, you did determine that the card was from a methane.
Yeah. And the methane
whale
guy
girl.
was there on camera.
Yeah. So
Let's
and
go
that
get
was
this methane bitch. He's
and that
way
was
less
down.
Do
punky
it.
than.
yeah. So that was down. So yeah, elevator and down. Put on
I
my
mean-
breath mask.
Who doesn't want to roll again? Come on.
Right.
I've looked at it a couple times.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so you guys are heading down to where the card belongs, basically.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you guys, head down the elevator. It's got a nice little airlock there. It says, warning, methane breather only. Please use breathing mask conveniently supplied by your hotel hosts. Please make sure to put the mask back in the sanitizing cabinet when you are finished.
Word.
As they're really nice masks. I mean, they're the full face form hugging, conveniently works for almost every species.
Conveniently.
Conveniently.
So we might borrow it for the rest of our term? I don't know yet.
They'll just bill it. Like they do towels and robes now.
Yep.
Dude, I totally swiped that dude's fucking card. Pull it out underneath his. Yep.
Wait, two of them you need.
Just
I'll
charge
pull.
it.
That's what I'm saying. Like the card that the VIP card, I'll
Mhm.
just swipe that and be like,
Yep.
it's not my card.
Yep.
Charge
Yeah, we're
the
using
breathing
that for
mask.
everything.
Charge the breathing mask to the methane breather.
That's
Yeah.
right. Because, he's got to have friends. I'm
Yeah,
sure
he
he's
probably
done
had
it
company
before.
down. Okay.
Yeah. So,
So you guys immediately start walking, and the airlock cycles and let you guys in, and the methane breather area is still immaculately clean. Of course, you see bits of corrosion, and the heavy environment jacks up the hallways a lot quicker than they would normally. So there's spot repairs and things that you see the little droids crawling along doing in the rooms. And you see a couple different methane breathing species come walking by. They just kind of give you the nod. You've got conveniently lit up breathing masks, so it has a little light in there to make it more convenient for you to walk down the hallways just in case it gets dark. So it's not scary. And you guys pretty much, come to the room, and are you guys going to put the key in the room?
yeah.
Okay, so
Swoosh,
immediately
swoosh, baby.
you swipe, door opens up. There's like a waft of environment. It seems like the methane cloud is
Change.
thicker inside than outside, so there's like this little waffling of the air back and forth. And you guys walk into the room. It looks almost identical to your guys' room upstairs, except the furniture and the sheets are made of like plastic, whereas yours are synth silk, and synth wood. Theirs are all plastic based.
Oh, so
Well,
comfortable.
probably.
Easier to spray down.
Yeah. cleans better.
And the room looks just like any other room. I mean, it's got a bed that's been recently made. You know, there's drawers. I mean, what are you guys gonna do? Because it looks like there's nobody home.
Nobody home. Well, we're
It
gonna.
looks like nobody's home, or there is nobody home.
Why don't you give me a perception
I was
check?
gonna say we will
Can I
perceive the
use
room.
my bioscanner?
You can totally use your bioscanner.
Nice. I will totally use my bioscanner and scan the room.
Okay, so you whip out the bioscanner and start doing the.
Is that perception?
And it's going to be a computers.
Computers? Nice.
Computers. It does compute. Holy
Oh.
hell!
Although I do have to say, not as many as last time.
Whew.
So, is there anything special you would like to use your advantage for right off the bat?
Let me think here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There's 8 altogether.
Yep.
Ooh. Has Uma been here at all?
There is 0 Twi'lek DNA in this room.
How about Wookiee?
You do pick up a few strands of Wookiee hair in the room.
Okay.
It could be from secondary contact, or the Wookiee, has come down here himself. More likely the second, but it could be a lot of cross contamination.
Yeah, well, with plastic furniture, less likely fur's gonna rub off. So versus against cloth.
Well, it got static charge. It depends on like the hair quality. If he uses a conditioner.
It looked like he took care of it. No.
So you're wanting me to give you a lot of information, then I take it from those unspent advantages.
I mean, all right. So we know Uma hasn't been down here.
Mm-hmm.
The Wookiee is most likely not been down here.
You definitely are
brief.
picking up that there's been 3 Gand in this room. 3 distinct, It's really hard to tell because they all have almost the same genetic DNA, because they're
Right, because they're all drones and shit. Right?
Yep, but you do pick up a slight variation of at least 3 of them must share this room, or they do a rotation.
Them dirty bitches.
What about if we can find a data pad in the room with like his itinerary or schedule on it?
Yeah, well, I was gonna say I want to look and perceive for weapons, data pad, any other gang affiliation.
So
I mean, yeah, I could do that with all this.
the first thing I'm going to give you for your first 3 advantage is you identify hidden under one of the dressers. There's like a compartment you click and it opens up because it's organic, and you find like a little trophy case, like people would put rings or coins, and when you pop it open, you realize it has fingertips, like the first digit of a finger.
Oh.
Of all different assorted races, it looks like, because the flesh is in different colors and things.
And some are little suction cups, and
Yep,
Damn
some
it.
have like little Rhodian
Do
suction.
we-
Some are more pseudopod than finger.
Well, do we want to turn this over to the local authorities, because might be potentially the people that are missing?
so we want to go to them and say we broke into.
No. We don't
the
have to
VIP
go
suite.
to them. We can just,
Call in an anonymous tip.
Find a mouse droid and have him deliver the message.
wrapped up in a bow tie.
Right.
Are you going to pocket said case? It's about the size of a cigar case,
Yeah, I mean, we could, and then
Zarek, give me a streetwise or knowledge underworld roll.
Let's see.
I'm gonna add one little black die because it's artistic and shit.
So I actually
Streetwise.
have like 6
Ready?
green
Yep.
in Underworld. Don't fail.
I can't roll for shit.
As you're just like still distracted over like where the hell did I see that Wookiee from?
Can you maybe do some verbal cues there, Zarek, so I can be like,
Janog, I mean, you are handling the cigar case, so you can go ahead and give me a underworld roll if you want.
all right.
As you're looking at the cigar box going, wow, this has got some really good intricate artwork scrolled into it. And then with your success and 2 advantage, you immediately go, motherfucker. And you put the case down and you turn it around like somebody who would have it on their desk as on display. And you can clearly see in this beautiful artwork intricately carved into it, there is the symbol of Black Sun right there in plain sight once you see it.
Bam.
Once
Black
you
Sun,
see it,
bitches.
it sticks out like nobody's business.
Do you not see this, guys? Right there, Black Sun. Come on. Somebody help Zarek. Can he see this?
I didn't even get a chance to roll on it, man.
I'm sorry. I'll take it back.
And then for the next 3 of your advantages, they're for extra information. Your bioscanner kind of picks up a heavy traffic area of like all kinds of genetic residue, as the case may be. And it points to a wall, and the genetic residue goes past the wall. Like you think it may have a secret trip to open the wall, or it may be a secret lift behind there.
Hey, you guys, when I was up in the library, there was this creepy Rhodian trying to give me candy. I wonder if he's involved in that.
Poor guy's just looking for a Jedi to go to some Jedi ruins with.
And he's placed him as a creeper.
And now he's, shunned off from people the rest of his life.
You don't just walk up to someone and be like, hello, little girl, would you like a piece of candy?
You don't?
You do when it's Halloween or you're socially awkward.
That's why I'm still single.
So you're telling us about this like door or this slime residue?
Yeah. Be like, what? All
right.
There's a secret passage.
I'd be like, look, guys, it's like all the horror flicks.
Yeah, let's go in there. What could go wrong?
You're the hacker type. Open the damn thing.
Okay, I'll open the damn thing. Oh,
Okay.
I gotta hack that shit.
Give me a perception check to see if you can figure it out.
Oh, I can figure it out.
Oh, I love the boasting there because you clicked way before I could click.
That's why I did it.
Oh, such
my
a boast.
perception really sucks.
Oh, you want me to do it? I've got 2 yellows and a green.
Yeah, I mean, I'll be rolling 2 yellows.
Well, that's not.
You want me to do it, or do you want? Can I give it to him?
You can give it to him.
Okay, I'll give it to him, and still use the boost.
Yeah. Why not?
Okay. Are you going to assist as well to give a blue dice?
Yes, I will.
You totally both be working on the classic checking the bookshelf and sconce for the secret trigger.
Yeah. And he's showing exactly where the parameters of the trail is, and
Mm-hmm. Too many people walking around with blood in their shoes.
I walk along the edge of the wall, knocking on it.
2 bits.
There you go.
I had to find something that would give off noise.
Are you ready for me, Jim?
Uh-huh. Oh.
Lots of success, but lots of strain in the.
So immediately you kind of like are clicking around. You're shaving a haircut. You're doing your thing. And immediately as you find what you feel is the trigger, and you're super, super confident that this is the trigger. And you click that trigger, right?
Eh.
And as you click that trigger, all of a sudden the wall lifts like almost instantly up, revealing a lift behind it. But the problem is, as you click the trigger, you kind of realize that the doors opened like a tenth of a second before you even clicked it.
Oh,
Mhm.
there's somebody there. So who's on the left?
And as soon as you look forward and your eyes focus from the wall that was 6 inches away from your nose that is now open, and you see two gank standing there.
Of course we do.
I mean, they're a little shorter than human size, so they come up to about your chest headwise. And immediately they look at each other and look at you, and they're just like, "What?"
All right, my kind of initiative roll.
Right.
And since everyone is ridiculously surprised by this, go ahead and roll your vigilance.
Yay! Hooray for vigilance.
Dun, 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 dun.
Dun.
Wow. Vigilance. The initiative vigilance.
Yeah.
That one works out way better.
Yeah.
Really bad.
There you go. There you go. Well, not great, but not awful. Until their vigilance is probably like 4 yellows or some shit.
Well, they'd
Eh.
be cool because they're ready for us.
Well, they're totally not ready because everybody got surprised.
Yeah. We're all like, whoop, hey, how are you?
How you doing?
Sorry, wrong button. Let me just close this real quick.
As they kind of reach in the room and click the button.
Yeah.
As I'm looking something up really quick.
Oh, okay. I was going to say, you rolling?
Do we want to take a quick break, by the way?
Well, if you need a moment to research GAN, yes.
I know all I need to know about ganks.
Oh, okay.
It's the GANs that...
The GAN, yeah.
I just have to add one in here really quick. So if you guys want to take a quick 5, I'm going to add him in really quick. And then
Alrighty.
probably take a quick run to the restroom myself.
Okay, smoky dokey.
Yeah, I'm just trying to prep myself here.
And we take a quick break.
Trying to find out what page the linked quality is on so I can sort out how that works.
For linked, for 2 advantage, you can attack the number of times that you have linked. So if it's linked 1, for 2 advantage, you can hit a second time with this same roll, basically. So it's like using paired guns. So it's the same damage twice. If it's like a gun that has like quad cannons that has linked 3, for every 2 advantage, you can do that up to 3 times.
So if I have linked on my lightsaber and I have the Atreyu form to give me linked as well, does that stack to give me 2?
No.
Okay.
Yeah, unfortunately, with the Itaru Striker, that it gives linked 1, but well, technically your lightsaber's not double anymore, right?
Right.
So when it's a single saber, it doesn't have the linked 1 quality.
Ah, okay. So I do need to use my saber swarm ability.
Yeah. If you're using it as a double saber, then it would have the linked 1.
Gotcha.
That's where the viciousness of the double-bladed saber comes in, because if you have 2 advantage, well, you just hit a second time. And the nice thing is with linked, you don't have to declare it in advance. Whereas with paired weapons, you have to declare it in advance because it adds 1 purple. And then if you have 2 advantages, you can have the second weapon attack. So linked is always better than paired, in my opinion.
Yep, sounds like it.
Back to the thing I was doing. The thing.
Sorry, I distracted you.
Oh, no, it's okay. Gotta add these guys in real quick. I mean, they're only rivals. Only. Of course, it doesn't help that they were not expecting it either. Don't die.
I'm not dying. It's not
Alrighty
true.
then.
I've had a dry cough for about 10 years.
It'll clear up eventually. Alright, I'll be right back. I'm gonna run to the restroom now.
Yep.
Alrighty, I'm back.
Yay.
Was actually really good timing because the dog lost her absolute mind when I walked across the house, so.
Yep, we heard it.
I'm like, uh-oh, now I'm worried. My microphone is muted. Does that mean Kelly's microphone is on? So is everybody back?
Yep.
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 Okay, so immediately as you know, I need to pull the turn order up. And I should probably click on my 2 GANs.
Probably.
But nobody's telling you what to do.
Ouch.
So the GANs are in a hurry to do stuff.
You think? Yeah.
It's funny how it labels them as PCs, but needless to say, we know that they're the top 2 slots.
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
So both
Sad.
Gans kind of look at each other and look at you guys and realize you guys should not be here. Especially since this is 2/3 of the room's occupancies.
Wait, but I'm a gank. I'm kind of the same class of, run around. I mean,
You're a furry dog with cybernetics versus cybernetic
right,
covered
but
bugs.
we all hang around with nefarious crowds, so it's not unusual.
And they kind of give each other a chittering signal that, in Gand is basically, get 'em! And they both whip out of their little Gand robes little blaster pistols. Obviously,
course.
the clandestine style blaster pistols, like holdout blaster pistols.
Right.
And immediately they're, of course, looking at Janag and Alina, because you're right there when the door opened up. So, Alina, do you have any range defense?
I don't have ranged defense, but I do have a Jedi skill thingy. I do not. Is it deflection? I think it's deflection.
That's if you have your lightsaber out and ready.
Oh, that's true. Can I quick draw it?
On your turn, sure.
Wait, your armor doesn't have any range stuff yet?
I don't know. I don't think so.
Defense? No.
This is,
Why do you come to me for the lightsaber and you're like, yeah, fuck my defense.
I don't know what your abilities are. You're gonna tell me these things, man.
She relies on the offense instead of defense.
It's all about killing it quickly.
Right.
Sorry.
In a peaceful way.
Right.
From a certain point of view.
Exactly. I was
Peaceful
just going to say,
killing.
it's all a matter of perspective, and if I kill it before it kills me, that's peaceful.
Okay, so the first one is going to go ahead and shoot at Alina. Because, you're right in front of him. So they're both like literally just pulling out these blasters. They head up their sleeves, literally. They reach up the sleeve and pull out the blaster, and they're shooting the one that's right in front of each of them. Because
Nice.
they know that you shoot the one that you come with. It's all about you taking care of the partner you come with.
Yeah, I stepped on Cleo.
So for Alina, they're really, really wanting to make sure it happens.
Just have that look.
I don't even know what I'm capable of yet.
You don't know me, motherfucker!
So, point blank blaster shot goes off in your face. And it's going to be 9 points before soak.
If I'd have worked on your armor, I could have improved that.
I'll know that for next time. Thank you very much.
Yeah, it's all a matter of time.
Yeah.
So much time.
Right.
And I'm going to say for those 3 advantages, since I can't crit on you, that the blast hits you in such a way as you were going for your lightsaber. You were totally going for your lightsaber. All of a sudden, the lightsaber comes off its holster, and you just get clipped in that shoulder, and you drop it, and it goes rolling across the floor.
Well, thanks a lot, GM.
Let me tether that to you.
See, we talked about this
tethered
tether.
it to you.
And then the second gank is going to shoot Janag. Because, we got to try out that new armor, right?
I was going to say, I have defense.
Yeah,
One.
Defense
armored
1?
Yep.
These are nasty bastards.
Oh, yeah. They're holdout blasters. They're not that bad.
Well, except for what they're rolling.
Oh, Jesus.
So you're also getting hit for 9 points of damage, and the next one of you guys to go because of this blaster fire happening instantaneously in a small hotel room is gonna get a black die.
Yeah, see, you only got one setback, so you're okay. You're all right.
Yeah.
It's not like you dropped your bioscanner.
Right.
So that's them. Who's gonna go next? As all of a sudden you're like, what the hell did we stumble into?
Well, somebody's got to get out of my way. So I'm assuming they're kind of like not big enough for me to come through.
You can nudge your partners out of the way, you know.
I was gonna say totally take me out of the way because I have no weapons.
Well, you could move and then I could go. We're all
I
three
have a
going
knife.
next. Well, that's a weapon. So either shit or get off the pot.
I'll get off the pot.
I mean, you could totally just hit the closed door button and close the door.
Do I
Right,
see
so-
an exit on their side real quick?
Right.
Well-
so they can go get more people. It's
Right.
a lift.
Or
Yeah,
they
when you-
just hit the door
Oh
open
yeah,
button.
we're not letting that fucking thing go.
Yeah.
I close the door, I pick up my lightsaber, I point it right at the door where one of them is and turn it on.
They're bugs. That means there's more of them. They're like subterranean termites.
Right?
Where there's two, there's a trillion of them probably.
You know what? I'll just punch one. What is
For
that,
the
brawl?
swarm.
Punch and move. Yeah.
Yeah, you could totally do that. Let me set your difficulty for you.
Let me find my brawl.
I mean, it's only 2 purple. They don't have melee
Yeah,
defense.
it's only 2 green. Woohoo!
You've got some light side points.
Yeah, I don't have shit.
As Jannog just kind of, and
Yeah.
his
Like,
his little reptilian
slapped at him.
hand kind of like pats the armor, and then he comes back realizing I need to move.
You know what I really would have loved to do now that I think about it? I should have said some like techie babble shit like education and been like blah, just blown their mind with some education.
Problem is, you don't have scathing tirade.
I destroyed their minds with science.
Right. All right, yeah, so I take a swing, and I get the fuck out of the way.
Okay, and you immediately like look back at Zarek and like take care of this light work.
Right? Like, what am I doing? It's your job.
I found the door. That was my job.
Hey, you at least, tried to do something. You tried to hit him at least before you jumped. I give you credit.
It was super cool what you tried to do.
I think it was more of he shoved off of the gank to get away quicker. Is what
Right.
it was.
He says he was
Or
swinging
can.
at him. It was really more of a push off because he scared
Yeah.
the shit out of him.
All right, so I'm gonna step up,
Okay.
and we're going to
As Zarek's
swing
got
away.
his full John Wayne going on.
Yeah.
So are you swinging the one at that shot at Jannog or the one that shot at
I'm
Alina?
taking Janog's place. Yeah.
Okay. Because you could technically reach both if you want to hit
Yeah.
one of each, but
Yeah. No, we'll concentrate on one at a time.
okay. Not use up all of the repulsor fist at once.
Please don't break them.
Yeah. Well, there's that, but yeah. But if I hit with both, then it definitely takes one out good. But
Okay, so you're gonna
no.
do wield.
no, single.
Okay, so you get into a quick boxer stance with your repulsor fist ready to go. Got your difficulty set.
Alrighty.
Super easy for a guy like you.
Yeah. Sure is, especially when you do that. Should be
Ho,
easy.
ho.
Should be even easier.
Okay, I've got your upgrade in there.
All right. That's a hit.
That's a hit. I mean, you flat out, straight on Hellboy style punch one right in the face, and it kind of takes that punch like a champ.
Yep. So 8, 9 points. And 2 points I can do. Oh, I always forget. What's concussive versus disorient? What was concussive? Where's my chart?
Bring up.
Concussive.
Shoot.
Concussive. Target staggered for duration. So now you got to look up. I love when they do that.
Yep. Staggered on the crit sheet.
Oh, yeah, is that where it's at on the crit?
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
'cause I
where
was
they
gonna
hide
say-
it.
So now you got to go somewhere else. And so what's staggered do?
It does. Da, 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 da. To activate it is that they can't use any actions with a advantage. The target is still free to take maneuvers or incidentals, but no actual actions. So basically, they could move and incidental shit, but they can't actually do something like attack because
Okay.
they're just like wobbling back and forth, which
Okay.
might be the preferable one to a
Yeah,
black
because
dice.
the other is a plus black, yeah, for the
Yeah.
duration. So yeah, we'll do concussive.
So literally, you hit him, and his head is doing that slight tilt-a-wheel, where he's just like he sees little flying ants going around his eyes right now as he's concussed.
Yeah, and then let me look here. Oh, and actually, as I step up, he needs to make a fearsome roll.
Oh,
One
You just-
green.
you just want to see what his discipline is, don't you?
Wow. Yeah, but I think they have good discipline. But a little fear on top of the disorient. That's okay.
Okay, and that's a 1 purple fear check.
Yeah.
Eventually, you'll get scarier. Probably when you start pulling a Daryl and hanging ears off your neck or something.
Yeah, I got some more coming up here soon. Ranks in that. All right. And he's good. All right.
And he's just like not that intimidated by you. I mean, I saw the Hive Mother once, and she was terrifying. You're not that terrified. You're covered in hair. That makes you like a mammal and cute and fluffy and stuff.
Well, yeah, but all they really see is mostly all armor, so maybe a little tufts here and there. But all right. Plus, it's this new shit. I haven't had a chance to work it up. It's not my old shit or chitin armor, so.
So
It's that-
Alina, it's up to you. You've got a nice blaster mark in your shoulder. Your lightsaber sitting a few feet away from you.
I would like to quick draw my other lightsaber.
Oh yeah. Okay, so immediately you look at the lightsaber on the floor, and immediately there's a lightsaber in your other hand.
And I scowl at that motherfucker for knocking my good lightsaber out of my hand. Yeah, and I am going to I'm going to cut that bitch.
Okay.
I would like to aim for free since I didn't move. And yeah, let me know when you're ready.
Let me give you that beautiful blue die. Okay, go ahead when you're ready. Jesus.
Wow.
So I would like to crit him. Yep. Because I also get. Oh wait, no, I don't. That's with my other lightsaber. I was gonna say I also get 1 additional success, but that's the lightsaber I dropped. So never mind. So I'm only at 3 successes. Yeah, but for
He is still alive after 9 points of damage.
So
You like flash out with lightsaber and just burn the crap out of him, but he still seems to be cockroaching on.
I would like to spend 3 on disabling the target. So, if I read that correctly, target is disabled instead of suffering wounds or strain.
Okay. So instead of actually hurting him, you're just like taking him out.
Yep.
Okay.
Those.
Then you don't want to do the crit to him because you have to do damage for a crit.
Oh, that's a good point. Yeah, I mean, because if I disable him, he's out. He's not going to be firing back at me, and that would be more preferable to damaging but not killing him.
Okay.
So yes, let's go ahead and we'll disable him.
Okay.
Let's go ahead and give a black to the other guy when he goes next. And for the last one, I'll go ahead and take a strain back.
Because you've been working hard. Right? I mean, that
Yeah.
makes perfect sense. Okay, so you whip your lightsaber out of the hand that was empty a second ago, and you just... And he tries to avoid your lightsaber blow for everything it's worth, and basically rams his head into this tiny elevator wall, knocking himself stupid on the floor. Meanwhile, his buddy next to him is just like wobbling his head as you kind of catch your breath after realizing that, you know, you were terrified a second ago. Why were you giving in to fear? That makes no sense.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I am one with the Force, and the Force is with me.
So then we have the disabled gank who's basically on the floor making some kind of noise through his methane breather. Then we have the staggered one.
Yep.
And as a maneuver, he's going to try to rampantly click the button to get the fuck out of there. Basically to go down, back down where he came from. Now, who's one person in the group that thinks they could outdo his quick button pushing?
Me.
Since
Maybe.
nobody put anything in the way of the lift.
Other than maybe the gank in the middle of the lift to go up and punch him.
Yeah, that gank that I disabled, he fell halfway in
No,
and
Gan.
halfway out of the
Don't
lift.
be Gan. Don't be
Ga-
confusing me with those bugs.
Gand are the bug guys. Gank is the furry, scary guy.
Yeah, my
Just-
bad, sorry.
So,
Yeah.
so what is your athletics or coordination?
I mean, it's funny.
Let's see.
If I
For
use that,
me, athletics would be my best, which is yellow and 2 green.
so I've got 2 yellows, -1 black, and a white.
Okay, so which one of you two wants to try to intercede on his attempt to escape?
And so wait, it was athletics or what?
Or coordination?
Ooh, let me do coordination. That's 1 yellow, 3 greens, -1 black, and +1 white.
Okay, is that what
Works.
you guys want to go with?
Sure, works with me.
Yeah.
Okay.
Say when, boss man.
Oh no, I'm basically that's the difficulty for him to push the button. So he's rolling against your ability, which is the 1 red and 3 purple.
Yeah, he's countering against the counter of those dice.
Because basically he's rolling to push the button, and you're rolling to push the button back.
And so he loses 1 blue as well, right?
Yep. If he had one, which he doesn't.
Okay.
Yeah, he's not aiming for the button. Whoa! Interesting.
As there's a dingy sound in the background.
Sorry.
So he kind of like is dazed, and you just see his hand kind of dart out on reflex. I mean, this is like totally his drunk reflex to hit the button to go to your secret room. You know, and our Jedi just slaps the shit out of his hand out of the way. Because, of course, he failed with a threat, which is basically he's taking damage. However, when you slap his hand... However, when you slap his...
lightsaber.
You hit his hand, and it kind of reflects and hits a button right next to it. And as soon as you hit that button, you guys hear this little...
Nice.
And you get the sense that some kind of silent alarm has just been tripped.
Yeah.
But
And
the
Except
poor
it's not so
Gan is
silent.
looking around like, what was
That's
I
not going to help
doing?
me enough.
So who is going next? As you have
So
one knocked the fuck out, one that's dazed, and he's like just now he's shaking his little insect head. Looks almost cute in the weird insect way. That he's getting his senses back as he's realizing I tried to hit the elevator. Why did I hit the alarm?
and I just got to say I do like your customer service skills there. However, versus but. So, it's much
Can I
more
hijack
nicer
that
than
signal?
but. Hijack it. Where are you
Yeah,
going to
like,
connect?
can I? Well, he hit a button.
You can't just plug into a button.
I can plug into a port next to a button, or I can like take
Your
over
side-
the radio waves.
your side's
Sadly,
already gone up.
this little lift has like 3 buttons. That's it. No control panel.
All right. Well, he gets the other fist
It's basically
'Cause-
got up, down, and alarm.
because you can't just have one repulsor fist.
That's why you gotta have the pair.
So might as well give him the second one. I know he's craving it.
Oh. So let me
Can't
set your
take that
difficulty
alarm.
there.
Using a lightsaber yet.
Yeah, well, you knock yours down. I'll try to finish mine first.
Yep, go ahead.
Oh, somebody's trying to survive that.
Yep. He's coming to his senses in a hard way. So I've got the dice pool ready for you.
Alrighty then. Nice.
as you feel kind of wounded when you give him a quick left jab with the repulsor fist. And needless to say, when you hit, you hear crunching sound.
Bug head.
did his chitin blow up?
You definitely feel that the damage you did earlier, that the rest of this shot sinks home in a really, really effective way.
What a shame.
I mean, you know,
Squished him like a bug he is.
Mhm.
I don't have goo on my hand now, do I?
what do you think that threat's all about? You got ganked all over your nice. I
Yeah.
mean, you got ganned all over your shirt. See, now I'm doing it.
You did it too, Jim.
Now you're just ganky, man.
All right. So am I taking what, strain or what on that?
Yeah, 1 point of strain. But what would you like to do for the triumph?
The alarm on the elevator was broken and it didn't go off.
As I hit him, I did kind of a cross cut
Mm-hmm.
and hit the button, which destroyed and turned off the alarm, kind of like a blaster shot.
Kind of just smash the control panel in a way that keeps the up and down button working but destroys the alarm button.
Right.
Perfect. Okay. So the little whoop whoop stops, and the elevator just has this nice, pleasant blue light glowing on the squished, dripping carapace Gand on the floor, and the other Gan that's sleeping sweetly next to him.
Yeah. See, I can fix that stuff too, just like you did, Janog.
Percussive Star Wars maintenance, like half of every Star Wars everything. You shoot stuff to fix it, right?
Yep.
So I would like to pick up my dropped lightsaber.
Okay, you basically turn around, kind of snatch the saber off the ground, realizing, why did you betray me, my baby? You shouldn't have
Right.
left my hand.
Mm-hmm. Janong, we're going to have to do something about this next time.
Don't worry,
So-
there's a lot of things that are going to happen when you're asleep because I don't want to argue.
Whoa.
Whoa!
Wow. Okay.
Remember, as long as you get consent first.
Well,
He's asleep. It's fine.
I've heard if you yell surprise, it's not. So.
Surprise!
So I'll pull the dead one so he's in the middle of the doorway. while we
Okay.
pull the sleeping one out, and I'll rifle.
Okay, you see that he basically has another holdout blaster. He's
Okay.
got 3 doses of spice,
Eh.
just generic spice, and he happens to
Not Old
have
Spice.
a pair of binders hidden in his back pocket.
Okay. So 3 spice binders, and so he has 2 holdouts.
They both have 2 holdout pistols. Maybe they should have thought about dual wielding earlier.
Yeah. So I toss one to Junong.
Yay.
He thinks you need a holdout blaster because
He has no weapons.
hmm it's like, mechanic, just integrate this into your bioscanner next time, so you just push a button and shoot.
You want one too?
Um,
I will tuck one into my armor there.
This teeny tiny holdout blaster sticking out of your belt loop.
Hey,
I'm decent with a pistol. I mean, but I can throw my lightsaber now, so I'm even better at that.
okay. Yeah, just figured extra weapons while I'm assuming, are going down.
Yeah, sure. I might as well take one.
Hey, it
So
never hurts to have one. I mean, it gives you a ranged stun attack, if nothing else, if you want to use the
Yep.
stun setting.
Until you get close enough to lightsaber them. You can
True
pistol
that.
in one hand and saber in the other.
Even better, you can dual wield both, pistol and a saber.
Yeah.
Go total pirate on 'em. So you guys, get into the lift. You kind of, are you leaving the alive one down, doing their thing?
I'm going to use it as a shield.
Well, we'll binder them.
Okay. Conveniently, you've got the cuffs, so you click the cuffs on them.
Yep. We will cuff them and smack them around, wake them up.
And he looks around just like that. But by the hive mother, what has happened?
You lost.
And he kind of like just sticks his hands up in surrender. I give you my word as a findsman. If you do not kill me, I will help you out.
We need our Twi'lek.
Ah, we have many Twi'lek. If you look to purchase Twi'lek, what
And
color
we're not
would you
purchasing.
The pink one.
like? Pink. Pink is a rare color, I've been told.
Yeah, well, we're not paying for it. You can pay with your life.
It's our companion.
I am Benos. I will help you. Benos gives his word as a findsman. I will help find your Uma.
And what do I know of their word?
They're pretty good. If they're giving their word, they usually hold to it, and they're really good at finding things. That's something that you know.
Good.
That's why they call themselves findsmen. Some would say they use the Force to do it.
And what's his name?
This is the elevator?
Actually, this is the elevator.
Oh.
Oh.
Not that you know as the elevator is descending. And of course, as it's coming down, a little automated voice that you can barely hear because that button that was smashed was part of the speaker kind of says, "Warning, exiting methane zone. Please put on methane breathing apparatus." Which could also mean code word. You can take off your oxygen mask if need be.
Right.
Yeah.
And as soon as he basically is like, if you spare my life and give me back my weapons, I will help you.
So I'm feel pretty confident that they are truly to their word.
Do you want to give me a xenology?
Because I'm sure I've seen them a bunch around the
Sure, you're nefarious. I'll give you a blue dice for
hut
that.
stuff. Xenology, sure, it's not great, but sure.
Don't
Or
click yet.
underworld.
Yeah, I'll take an underworld.
Okay.
I mean, that is part of their reputation is part of the underworld.
Yep. Yep. Okay. So I'll do that, and if there's a black, I got a -1 black.
Okay, black has been removed.
Okay. Ready?
Yep.
All right.
So you know that if he gives you his word, he has to follow it, but only to the letter of his word. So basically, he's telling you, if you give him back his guns and you don't kill him, he will get you to Uma. But the way he's saying it is conveniently saying, get you to your Twi'lek, and that's it. Like, period.
So let's push back on him a little bit and say, okay,
Yeah.
so what happens once you get us to our Twi'lek?
Then our
What if I just mechanically make it not work and we just don't care?
What are you making not work?
The blaster pistol? The hold-on pistols? Like, sure, you can have them back. I just disabled them.
You would have time to only do that to one.
Yeah. So along with that, the contract extends it.
Counteroffer.
Yeah, to not attacking or going against us until we leave
For
this facility.
For those 3 advantage, I will give you that. That you say it in such a way that because you know how GANs work, and there's that annoying underworld thing where people confuse GANs and gank, that GANs follow their word and ganks wipe out your entire population. You know, it gets
Right.
confused easily.
Yeah.
I
yeah.
will give you that. You basically give him a little nudge back of that we will not fight until sometime after we escape.
Right.
So basically, that you guys have a truce, and he
Okay.
promises you by the 7th moon of Zarak, I will not fight you until we have escaped this place, which I do not wish to escape. This is my
Right.
home, so
Yep.
you can escape if you'd like, but I will not escape.
Yes. And
He's
you're working for the Black Sun?
and he gives you this little tilted head. He's like, I have been hired by a human named Mance. But yes, I work for Black Sun
Uh,
on a case-by-case job.
okay. Well, we know Manx. We'll be dealing with him later, but yeah, don't worry. Uh, I'll be definitely letting Jasid or whatever, however the name said, know of this.
And he kind of looks at you like that, you name drop, but he totally didn't catch it.
Okay.
Always added up.
It's one of those of, you're name dropping, but he's just like, I'm freelance, so
3-3 against like 11
Okay.
9s,
Yeah. Okay.
10.
Not a problem.
29,
Okay. So
right.
as we saw that the lift pops open pretty
7,
quick.
10, 14,
What are you doing?
11.
I don't know, he's counting numbers. This is how many bad guys I need to throw in your way.
Yes.
Oh, sorry, I was explaining the vote map, the electoral college to Jake a little bit.
Oh, the
Sorry.
electoral. No, it's the. Everyone needs to know about the damn electoral college.
Right. I thought he was counting crayons or something, but
Well, little dude's
Also
older than
true.
that.
no, not by much.
So of course, you guys come out of the lift here. It snaps open. You guys have your breathing masks on. You realize instantly there's this lavender purple light. Total club scene lobby here. I mean, you've got little tables and chairs here where people are sitting and hanging out and talking to each other. Drinks are being drank. It looks like you're, at a level of a club when you first pop out of this lift. As a
Little private club.
droplet of Gan juice falls off your fist. And Beric's just follow Beric. Be casual. And he comes out in his little Gand way where it's this weird, like almost, dwarfish shuffle. because of course they're very stout. And he kind of points around and he starts naming people and just gesturing, and people like kind of tilt their head at the three of you coming off behind him and kind of like wave glasses like we know you. And he's proudly just walking you across this little room. There's about 9 or 11 sentients that look dressed really nice. I mean, you kind of at a cursory glance realize it's an armed society down here. People have blaster pistols, but nobody
Yeah.
seems to be like grabbing iron,
Right.
Except,
Yeah, we're following him like, he's a good old friend. Give him a pat on the shoulder.
And as you guys are heading this direction, and he's more than willing to help you and tell you, like, that is the person you need to talk to if you want black market weapons. Just don't buy anything secondhand. It has to all be brand new. And as soon as you guys walk to about right here, and this table here, a beautiful female of a reptilian species gets up. She's got this gorgeous black hair braided straight down past her butt crack.
Uh-oh.
She's wearing this gorgeous purple sequiny dress that goes straight to the ground. And she just smiles as she comes up with her little champagne flute full of some glowing red liquid that you can see when she swallows. It kind of glows going down her neck. And she just kind of gently puts a little 2-finger tap out to ask you guys, what's going on here. And off in the distance, you hear some obvious guard animal growling in the recessed walls here. There must be some like caged beasts and some like little cages in the wall that they could just hit a button and release the dogs.
Your sound effects are amazing.
Hey, I work with what I got, And she just looks, and she speaks perfect clicky clacky Gan to him, and he immediately replies back excitedly, and she just like waves her hand in this dismissive gesture of just calm down, and she introduces herself. I am Countess Dazik. You are guests in my facility, and I don't know your faces. Could I have your names, please, so we can be friends? And she just does this whole hand on the chest so we can be friends. And a quick question. Are you all still wearing your breathing masks?
Well, once I stepped
think
into
so.
fresh air,
Yeah.
I would pull it off, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just making sure you're not weirdos going...
I'm channeling my dark side, so I'm still wearing the mask now. I'm just kidding.
And as she asks this, and she, so we can be friends, and she kind of draws out serpentini, the friends, that S kind of drags. And just at the tips of your nose, the little hairs on the ends of your nose, or the scales in the case of Janag, kind of
Right.
perk up like you smell some pleasant perfume off of her.
Of course, that's why he wanted the masks off.
Hey, just because it's the first Pauline you're meeting.
We are now being hypnotized due to.
Yeah.
And she
See,
basically is,
Cyberlungs would have been way better.
and she's just honestly wanting to know who you are and why you're in her house.
Yeah, but if I remember correctly, it shouldn't be affecting me.
Why not?
Because Feline used it primarily to attract mates, which, means it affects the opposite sex.
Why you why you gender identifying?
Wow. Wow.
Because it's mates, and you can't mate with someone of the same gender.
You can do all you want with the same gender, buddy.
I gotta say, you can do a whole lot.
Show me where in the history of bipedal
Asexual
species,
reproduction.
bipedal
Sexual reproduction.
species, because Feline
Frogs.
are humanoids. They are not purely reptilian. While there are some reptiles that
Right.
have switched, there are humanoids. So show me where in the humanoid kingdom we have ever
This
seen
is
an
the
instance
Force.
of
This is the
of
force. You just use the force,
nope,
turns into a penis, you're fine.
nope.
Yeah,
Why are
but
you fighting me on this? We're supposed to be on the same team.
besides, I don't think they use it just for the purpose of reproduction. So,
It's their sexy thing.
you have a strange attraction all of a sudden.
And it's not that bad. It's just that it's pleasant. I mean, there's nothing, wrong with just feeling pleasant. I mean,
Yeah. So what do we need to make a resilience here?
well, basically, she's just trying to be charming, and wanting to get to know
Janong, I'm
you.
looking for my friend.
And she looks at Janong, this succulent, scaled gentleman here, that she could have fun getting a little scaly with. Scale on scale,
Mm-hmm.
As she kind of gestures that, have a drink. I mean, I'll find your friend. I've got many friends here.
Okay. I'll take a drink. I don't care. Let's do this.
Basically,
Get wild in the jungle.
all of her pheromones do is upgrade charm, deception, and negotiation checks in her favor. That's all.
That's all.
And
So-
she's offering you to sit at her table here, which is empty. And what would you like to drink? Tell me about this friend of yours. And she is
She's
all
pink Twilight.
beautiful smile and soft, subtle scales.
I got that uncontrollable tail twitch.
It's a reptile thing.
Right?
Yup.
And she's just like, tell me about your friend.
She's a pink Twi'lek. She's in over her head, and we need to help her.
Oh, pink. That would be a lovely shade. As you can see, and she points to the lavender lights in the facility. It's like, I'm sure you could never tell when she blushes.
Everything's always better when it's pink.
That's Janog's flirt line. He comes
Yeah.
he comes heavy-handed. Big brained and heavy-handed.
Right?
All right. As long as you don't start doing like the little lizard push-up things.
The posturing.
Dude, I really thought about saying that. So have you ever seen Overlord, the
Uh-huh.
Japanese anime? So that like they're in the tent and like his tail starts uncontrollably moving, and then next thing you know, he's like, "I want to have babies with you," and it's just like this huge warrior dude. Hey man,
So what
You
would
never
you
know.
do if you find this friend?
and
And
help
then
her. I mean, I guess that would be the simplest answer. Help
Yeah.
her.
And she kind of like strums some fingers on the table. It's got a built-in data pad. And she kind of flicks the data pad towards you guys, and the screen, the little holographic screen flies over to each of you to order a beverage. Seems like super high-tech table that you just put in your order and it pops up out of the middle of the table.
It's probably Synthahol.
And she's just like, order yourself some beverages. It's on the house.
I will order some kind of a beer or something, but just kind of leave it set at the moment.
Okay. And immediately your little Gand friend is like, we will succeed. We will get her because I have taken the job to find her. And she just kind of like puts a finger to her lips, like trying to figure out what he means with, so you've hired our little friend here to find your missing friend. That considerably increases your odds of locating her.
I've heard he's quite good.
Well, he's above average. And all of a sudden you just hear this insectoid click coming out of him, and she's just like, posh, posh, posh. She pats him like she was just making a joke at his jest. And then she like rubs his antennae in the way that he likes it. So is there anything else I can offer you while you're here?
Well,
Our friend.
I mean, you do know where you're at, don't you?
I have a good idea.
Is this your first time to the club under the sun?
Club under the sun, huh?
Mm-hmm. No hidden meaning there. No.
Yes, well, not particular with this, but I've been to many clubs of the sun.
But is it your first time here?
On this planet, yes.
Okay. So it's your first time. That means the first pleasure room you get is on the house.
oh yeah.
And she immediately like strums some holographic buttons in front of her, and like a little menu of professional entertainers come swiping, and she's like looking at you're trying to get some kind of perceptible reaction from you of do you like or don't like, and she's just like swipe left if you don't like.
Hmm.
Swipe up if you're interested.
And we hear a little tail thumping on the ground.
And she's basically offering you guys a pleasure night here on the house.
Yeah, with their slaves.
Right?
Do you say
Left.
that?
Left,
No.
left.
Is there a well? Odds are she's not going to be one of their pleasure slaves if they've taken her for Manx. Manx, I'm sure, is pretty possessive and not going to allow her to just be used. But nonetheless, we'll sort by Twi'lek and cycle through all the Twi'leks.
You see a lot of very attractive male and female Twi'leks, but none that look like Uma.
Okay.
And she just kind of gives you this look like you're not going to find one that's pink. That's a rare shade. At least on this side of the galaxy.
Right, except for the issue of our friend who is pink and has been taken.
And she kind of gives you this look like, are you going to say more or not?
Nope. Just leaving it there.
Okay. Well, I see that you can afford to hire a findsman. One of the, and she immediately starts schmoozing against him, of the most capable and most astute bounty hunters of all of the galaxy. I mean, our friend here has found things of mine that have gone missing, and I didn't even know they were missing, if you know what I mean.
Hold on, gentlemen. Hold on. Sorry, I like this election shit. So, but Washington says Donald Trump 64.1%, Joe Biden 34%, but they're giving the state to Joe Biden.
No, there's several of those that are like that
Okay, go ahead. Sorry.
because of predictions of blah blah blah. So yeah.
Plus, it's going to be a few extra days, honestly, because of the mail-in ballots.
It will be. It will be.
It's going to be like 3 days before we get a final number.
Yeah,
Sorry.
it's because
It's okay.
experts have determined based on past trends and yada yada and the setting of the
Right.
sun and moon that the odds are, even though it's way overweighted.
Because the algorithm said so.
Right.
Were you paid for that algorithm? Maybe.
I wish.
So she basically, you get the sense that she's doing the shakedown
Oh yeah.
of the, if you'd like to know anything, what's it gonna get me? I mean, she's basically the madam of this whole place.
Right.
And by whole place, I mean this whole place. Madam, manager, owner, operator, sometimes a guest.
So, Jim,
Yeah.
while we're talking about Uma and keep mentioning this pink Twi'lek, I would like to use my sense thoughts.
Okay. What is the range on that?
Contact.
One creature with whom the force user is engaged.
Okay. Yes. Uma is not that close to you.
I'm not trying to read for Uma's mind. I'm trying to read
Oh,
sense of
Oh, yeah.
the
chick right
madam's mind.
as we're
Yeah.
talking about
Just
Uma. That
walk
will
up
make
to
her
her,
think
be
about
like,
Uma.
hey.
Okay, so what detail will that give? How deep of a detail will that give you?
So the force user senses the current thoughts of one living target with whom he is engaged. So it's up to you to determine when we start talking about the pink Twi'lek, what thoughts surface on her mind.
So you have no upgrades on it at all?
No.
See, it's more high level thoughts, I think, at the base skill.
Mhm. So as the conversation's going on, because your teammates are distracting her nicely and throwing out a few different topics, you definitely pick up the idea that she
Flying
thinks
squirrels.
the word of Manx a few times with a very sour taste.
Mhm.
Almost like she's
Ooh.
tasting something bitter when she
Yeah.
she thinks about Manx. You do get the impression she does know of a pink Twi'lek who is currently in a bad situation. You know, you get that whole poor kid. You know, in my younger years, I would have done something, but now it's all business.
So
You're definitely getting the idea that she knows of the pink Twi'lek, and she wouldn't mind helping the pink Twi'lek as long as it's not putting her out any.
With that, because I'm not the awesome talker, so if I need to convey to one of you guys that is more of a smooth talker than myself, I will. The sentiment I want to give her is look, we're not affiliated in any way, but if we should somehow happen to come across and be able to help our friend the pink Twi'lek, maybe it would inconvenience Mr. Minx, who, let's face it, no one really likes anyway.
Are you name dropping that name out of the blue?
Yes.
Yep,
Do it.
yeah, I sensed it on her mind, so yes,
Mhm.
I'm totally gonna mind drop or name drop it.
Okay, so you name drop Manx, and as soon as you do, her lip kind of twitches a little. You know, just a hint of a twitch that it's gone before it's perceived type of twitch. You know, as she immediately washes her mouth out with her drink to get rid of a bitter taste.
If you need some help
Really?
slicing, I recommend me.
And she kind of turns over to you. Why would I need help slicing?
I don't know, help us, help you, help her. Wink,
Yeah.
wink, nudge, nudge, little tail rattle.
Say no more. Right.
Gotta get that tail waggle in there.
She's a looker. Does she
Okay,
go?
so give me a charm roll.
Oh boy, this is gonna suck, boys.
It's
Yeah,
going to
'cause
be
all our
against
charm is somewhere else.
her charm.
I've only got 2 green.
It's better than my one green.
And
Ooh, it's only-
she's you're upgrading yours, and she's pumping
Hell yeah.
she's pumping her pheromones, so she's getting an upgrade. So go ahead and roll.
Right.
Go ahead and roll your charm.
Go ahead, but I'm looming.
And what does that do for charm?
That's going to give him advantages.
Oh damn.
Say maybe I can influence.
So you got, but
So-
you still get.
Damn.
You're trying to be as charming as you possibly can. Unfortunately, you do way better in binary.
1001001.
But you do have 4 advantage.
That is true.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm looming, so you get 3 or 1 advantage per rank in coercion. So you
And
got
you
4
can-
advantage.
And you can easily tell her that the gank likes to watch. Henceforth, the loom. So you're trying to schmooze her in your cute, adorable, nerdish fashion. that just comes out awkward and kind of adorable because of the advantages. You know, it's endearing and adorable, but it's kind of a they're kid.
Right.
So, Jim, can I use my my influence basic power, Jedi power? It's a light or dark that would, depending on how it goes, try to influence her.
Go for it. Roll me a force dice and let's see what you can tap into.
Scroll, scroll, scroll. All right, there's my one force die.
Let's see what emotion is coming up.
Um, did that not?
Damn.
That wasn't what you were looking. Just roll. You just want to roll just the white dice to see.
Yeah, go to the very top,
Yep. Hit
put
up
it 1,
on
and hit the
hit
dice right below.
right?
Hmm.
Yeah, that's what I did.
Make sure you click outside the box because the cursor line is
That's what I
blinking.
didn't.
It won't.
Yep.
It
Make
won't
sure you
add
don't
that
have
dice.
anything.
There we go.
Nice.
All right, so it's dark side, which means I can only do
Dark emotions.
yeah, dark emotions. So basically what I'm going to do is look, you know, she's an attractive Twi'lek, and we all know what a seedy scumbag that Manx is. Just imagine if we don't help her, what he's going to do to her physically and mentally.
Ooh.
So you're spinning the
Yeah. What is it?
Destiny dice,
Flip a light side and take
flipping the light side,
and
taking two,
take 2 strain.
Yeah.
As you're getting
And-
kind of dark.
and conflict.
Mhm.
Wait,
As-
what's the conflict?
As Alina is literally going woman to
Fine, you
woman,
can afford it.
talking the true of the you, me, and her know what's going to happen if that scumbag has a hold of her. These guys don't know that kind of stuff. We're women of the universe.
Yeah.
We're bonding on the Oprah level. I had to make something sexist out of it. Sorry.
Yeah.
Can't be too in touch with my feminine side. And so, what does that do?
So specifically, shit, let me scroll. The character may attempt to guide, shape, and even twist the thoughts and feelings of others. And as I already said, light or dark side determines how I go about doing that.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, it's only 1 strain, by the way, guys.
You're fine.
No, the
Fine.
2 strain was because you're using dark side.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you're.
Whenever you tap into the dark side, it's 2 strain for light siders.
Yeah, it's going to cost our last light side point, 2 strain, and then a conflict.
You're fine. Just keep
Which
going.
is it's not bad. 2 conflict is not bad at all.
No, not at all.
Especially since this is when you're really getting scared for your friend, and you're like, let's cut through the bullshit. You need to see things my way.
It's for a good cause.
It is.
It's totally not Mace Windu who's sitting there at like morality maybe 50.
So you're committing to this path of.
Atrocity.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
I'll
yeah,
go
let's
ahead
try
and click.
to...
All right, I went ahead and flipped your light side
Okay.
for you.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I thought I heard that it was done already. My bad.
No.
Yep.
Delicious. It's all dark side. Okay, so she kind of like her eyes go from the dark, deep, soulless black that you see that looks almost like a shark's eye to all of a sudden there's a twinkle in her eye just as you hit the warm-blooded part of her. You know, the hint of the young girl she once was and the motherly matron that she might be in fact. And you boys are watching as Alina's having this true moment with her, and they connect. There's a spark that shoots between them. It's actually her force manipulation, but it's a spark that connects them. And she kind of like takes a moment. She pauses, And she looks down at her glass and kind of like traces the rim of the glass with her finger for a second. And she just looks around the table at you all, kind of looking at her, and she's like, "Perhaps we should all finish our beverages and retire to the entertainment suites."
Sounds
Chug.
like an excellent idea.
And she's saying that in
Down
that
that
way.
motherfucking heartbeat. Bam! Let's go.
Yep.
Woohoo! He wants that +1 blue to charm now that he's liquored up. Okay, so immediately she kind of comes over here to the little turbo lift, door that's nice and heavy duty. You realize you wouldn't want to be trapped on either side of that door because that might be difficult. And she kind of goes over there and
Oh
puts
god,
Or in
we're
it.
all gonna die.
her hand on the biosensor and immediately detects hers and opens up, snaps open pretty quick. And she kind of points, the pleasure suites are over here, and she's giving you guys the tour. If you like any of the entertainment I offered you previously, they're available on demand in the pleasure suites that are also full of all toys and accommodations you might need, environmental or pleasure-wise. As you guys are walking by here, and she kind of waves her hand open, and a screen here opens, and you see, it looks like 3 Quarren all going at it. It's just
Wow.
tentacles everywhere. Tentacles
I was
and
gonna
water.
say.
Tentacles, water, and the occasional ink blast. And then she just waves her hand, and the screen goes, opaque again. And then she takes you this way, and
Damn
basically,
curves.
she basically points out that down there is the down below. It's where we have, more dance halls and other things like that. And this way is to our privacy entertainment. And as you guys are following her, there's a nice table here spread out with, all different kinds of sweets and treats, and 2 auto stations where beverages are being made and droids are going everywhere with beverages, including a couple non-droids that are actually dressed up in really cute but not realistic droid costumes, so it looks like somebody wearing a droid. It's supposed to have that sexy appeal.
Okay.
Okay, and then she's like, well, then we have the private suites that can be retained. And if I might leave you here, and she kind of gestures over here, that I believe your pink friend you're looking for is right over there, and she kind of points over that direction. And she
Okay.
leans down to your little findsman and kind of rubs his, antennae nubs, and just, croaks out in perfect insectoid. And those of you that can pick up Gand or read the subtitles at the bottom of the screen, basically she's like, and I'm assuming, my little findsman, you know the way to torture room 2, correct? And he nods back affirmative, almost kind of excited. His little mouth is chitney, moving really quickly like he's kind of excited. And she basically looks around to excuse herself.
And I will lean in for a second and be like, and do you know where we could find our mutual friend?
Give me a perception check.
Perception? Okay.
Mhm. Don't roll yet. I gotta set the not so difficult difficulty.
And I posted a picture for you. Leave it to the internet to have sexy droids.
And the difficulty is set, by the way.
Okay. All right.
Okay, so
Bam.
you easily notice that when you leaned into her, like 3 of the serving air quote droids kind of immediately turned in your general direction and may or may not have serving / weapons pointed in your general direction until she kind of gives the wave off.
Okay.
So you're realizing that she is far from exposed in this current situation.
Yeah, well, I've never expected otherwise, but that's why my initial instinct was to grab her arm, but went ahead and just kind of leaned over instead.
Okay, now for the 3 threats. I mean, that's...
Yeah.
So...
I told you not to break your repulsor fist, by the way.
I didn't. I'm not using them. They're fine.
Okay, so as you ask to find out where Manx is, she kind of gives you this upturned nose, like maybe she smelled you for the first time, or she
Could
doesn't
be.
doesn't approve of your not so subtle lean on in and basically tell me where he is, or else the unintentional or else that you leave hanging. It's your natural speech pattern. That's how gangs talk.
Right.
She
I didn't
immediately
coerce. I
her
just, maybe I leaned a little towards
her
coercing,
her
but
eyes kind of glaze over like she's back in the on position, and she's like, he is a guest in this facility with permission to be here,
gotcha.
so I will be responsible if anything were to happen to him while he's in my facility, and I will protect my guests as required.
Okay, so this is hotel whatever it is from
Hotel
the
Artemis.
canal. Yeah, from is that the one from the canal?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Reeves?
Keanu Reeves.
Yeah.
Yeah.
John.
Okay.
Oh, I was thinking Artemis, the Hotel Artemis, the
Yeah.
doctor and the one
But the Continental
wrestler guy.
from
Yeah.
the John Wick.
Yeah.
John Wick, yeah.
Yeah.
Continental. There we go. So it's the Continental now.
Every city's got a Continental. And she kind of, turns her nose up at the fact that you were so abrupt and very personal when she hasn't offered you that space. And she basically, you just hear her high heels walking away.
All right.
Just
then-
give Derek a look.
And then the serving droids kind of turn back to what they were doing and serving people, You've got people in like weird pleasure booths having VR good times, and they're just like, the straw from their drink they're sucking on gets moved to another glass, and the old glass gets picked up. Vegas style serving.
Yep.
The drinks just keep coming with no interruption. And
right.
so you're pretty sure, and of course your little findsman gets all excited because he's pretty sure here is right where you need to go. It might be his findsman sense, or it might be the fact that he was just told she's right there. It's one or the other, but he is fulfilling his contract, so he is excited about this.
Yeah. Yep. All right.
Hey, Findsman, go take a look in there and see if there's anyone in there with her. I have altered the deal. Pray I don't alter it further. No, I'm kidding. I'm totally kidding. I'm not doing it.
He will totally go over there and try to check for you.
Yeah, have him go check for us.
Well, I'm sure there's cameras in there. I mean, just find me a data port and I can slice.
But
then we don't have to worry about him churning on us.
So I would actually...
Well, no, until we get out, we're fine.
Quick. Just looking at the time, guys, now that we know that Uma is in there, is this perhaps a good time for us to break up for the evening and then pick up next session with Kelly available?
Mm-hmm. This is totally the
Probably.
perfect time for that.
Well, so here was my thought. Now she's had time to rest, she can join us and we can carry on.
Right.
Obviously, she's been here
time's
getting this
over.
spa treatment.
Right.
Right?
Okay, so
Yeah, obviously.
just as you guys are kind of walking towards now you kind of realize from the layout here, this is the door to go to this room, and then you believe she's in this room.
Okay.
Right. Shit.
And this is all bar and stuff.
Yeah, these are actually VR pods, so there's people sitting inside little pods with goggles
okay.
on, and they're just
Okay.
enjoying whatever trip that they're taking. It could be that
Right.
they're blowing up the Death Star for all you know.
No.
What a
we
Death
don't
Star
have
is right
time.
now, I don't know.
Yeah, no, Janog, we don't have time for you to go play.
So
I could
as
give them some really good trips, though.
so as you guys are walking down the hallway there, that is a really good place to wrap it up
Yep.
there. I was just wondering if you're going to send the finesman up there and he'd knock on the door and see if somebody answers.
Right?
We'll save that for next session.
That way Kelly's screams can be put in the background.
Right?
Right?
You agreed too quickly. I worry about you guys. Alrighty, guys. So that will be a good place to wrap it up there.
Right?
And don't forget to go back to the Skype chat to see the picture of the sexy droid.
Yeah, I know.
XP?
XP is going to be 15 XP.
Beautiful.
Time to cash that in.
Almost there. 5 more points.
I had 15 already saved up, so
That's a
30.
good chunk.
Yes, it is.
That's a good skill boost or talent boost.
Yeah, that's why I got to start moving one of the trees down so I can get the thingamajiggy,
Hmm.
the dedication.
Yeah.
So
Well, I'm thinking about picking up one of the signature abilities.
Ah. And here I thought you were going to totally go Cyberdoc on us.
Yeah, basically when I hit 25 points, so next session I'm going to pick up my dedication.
oh really? Nice. Yeah, I'm having 2 trees. I'm nowhere near.
But see how many career skills that you have that wouldn't have been career skills.
Oh, I know.
I mean, it is really nice getting all those unlocked.
Yes. No, it's yeah. I mean, it's now I can shoot and beat the
Punch.
shit out of things. So, so I mean, there is definitely an advantage to that.
Mm-hmm.
So, I'm not a one-trick pony.
You're a two-trick pony.
Yeah, well, it's okay.
Barely.
Well, 3. I'm 3. I can coerce. And actually, if you hadn't done your influence, that was my next move, was to do a subtle coercion.
So subtle.
So that was better that worked,
Yeah, that worked.
because I didn't want to go that route. Though you did use a little dark side on it. So
Yep. Unfortunately, it seems like more often than not I get dark side when I use one of those abilities. But oh well.
of course.
Well, just remember, the die is weighted towards the dark side.
I know. I'm just thinking I've always seen dark side when I've used one of those abilities.
It's almost like the dice are interpreting your actions correctly.
No, this time I wanted to be all nice and innocent and happy, but no, it rolled dark, so I had to go with think of how he's going to brutalize her.
Go to the dark place.
Right?
I mean, think about it. She's a working girl. She's been there. She's done that. You're tapping into her primal fear that every madam has.
Yeah.
That's what I was going with. Yep.
Yeah. What's going to be the hard fight is what Uma's thought is, knowing that there's this den of slavery.
Yep.
Well, actually, is it slavery? I mean, you haven't actually established that these are not paid employees. I mean,
Other than, they've gone missing.
Right.
Right.
And knocked out on the dance floor, or yeah.
well,
no.
that's a totally different arm of the business.
That's true. I mean, Uma was basically grabbed for Manx. Who knows who is going after the prince? And it's possible that all the other people that have been kidnapped were basically contracted.
Well, and
grab that person.
Well, the 2 that were grabbed went down a different elevator. Now, that might all connect up. I don't know, but they may have different divisions throughout the place that handle different things, kind of non-related to each other. But
Compartmentalized business. Sounds like something the Black Sun would do.
yeah. So that's possible.
Mm-hmm. And it actually is a perfect stopping spot, so that way Uma can be there to join in during her heroic rescue, unless
Right.
she beats you guys to it and then complains about that.
Hey, she better not start any shit.
Right.
She's the one that sent me away. So I sent you a copy of that Politico I rolled up to take a gander at.
Okay,
Facebook.
perfect. Okay, in Facebook?
Yeah,
All right, cool. I will give it a look tonight.
cool.
All right, guys. Have a great night.
Yep.
Like I said, you're all welcome to join in on Trasco de Brazil. So just let me know if you're interested, and
Yeah, why not?
I'm gonna try probably like end of this week, maybe early next week, to make a reservation. As we're getting closer to Thanksgiving, I'm sure it's going to be busier there. So the sooner I can get one in, the better.
All right.
Cool.
Because,
Cool,
like
cool.
I said, the 29th is our anniversary, so I don't know what the wife has planned.
It-
If anything.
That is- Oh yeah, and I'm looking at like the 21st, the weekend before Thanksgiving.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, so
Thanksgiving Brazil style.
yep, Thanksgiving Brazil, yummy.
So what? The 21st?
Yeah, either 21st or 22nd, that Friday or Saturday.
Right. Okay.
After 8 o'clock, after
Or
8:30ish.
Yeah.
21st, I mean. I'm
Well,
sorry.
Yeah, Saturday for him would be after 8:30 or after 8, and then Sunday though potentially is an open. It just
Yeah, Sunday's cool.
I could even do Sunday if that works for people, if that's what's going to be best. So yeah, I mean, I'm actually off that whole entire week, so I'd be happy to do Sunday.
Oh,
evening.
nice.
Yeah, so my employer, they basically, I have a very interesting PTO structure. We're allowed to accrue a certain number of hours, and then we basically stop. And it's 494 hours is the limit. And